Oh, it's just like ruined crackers. Yeah, go get a stolen cracker. Well, now we get to try it with bread to see if it can shine through. I was like, don't take my cookie away. I'm actually quite surprised on this. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're trying different items from Trader Joe's Fearless Flyer for December. Okay, the first item we're trying is Trader Joe's fried olive bites.
So I baked these as they suggested in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes.
Well, they have a nice like golden brown breadcrumb.
Some of them also like the cheese was starting to like ooze out as it was cooking.
Let's try.
I think for these, what's really interesting is it's kind of got two main flavors that are kind of working off each other. So it's got like the salty olive in the center, and then the cheese and bready part is almost reminds me of like a mozzarella stick. So it's kind of like you stuff the mozzarella stick into an olive. Yeah,
that's a really good description of it because it's like you get that really nice olive salty flavor, but that mingles into the cheese. So it's a really good combination. These are really good for an appetizer.
Yeah, and they're filled with flavor, so that's why I think these are really tasty.
The next item we're trying is Trader Joe's Chocolate Peppermint Loaf and Baking Mix. So for this product, you can either make it as a loaf or it even has a recipe for making cookies.
So if you want to see how we made these as cookies, all the recipe linked down below or up on the screen right now. To cook them, I baked them at 350 degrees for 12 minutes to get them to this consistency.
Yeah, they have like a nice little crackled finish, and you put powdered sugar on it, so let's give it a go.
God, that's gooey.
That is really good.
Yeah.
And it just like melts in your mouth. It has like a nice kind of crust to it, but the inside is soft and gooey. The powdered sugar goes really well with the mint and the chocolate. And it's surprisingly not too sugary.
No.
Like this is really good.
It's almost more like fudgy consistency. Mm-hmm. Because the center is just like super gooey, and then it's also complemented with the chocolate chips that are inside of it. They do have a really good peppermint flavor as well. Mm-hmm. So the peppermint kind of lingers on your mouth, and the chocolate is what you get like first. So it's like those two flavors obviously complement each other really well. So yeah, this is a delicious cookie.
Yeah, and I'm sure it makes a great loaf too. So you have a variety of what you can do with this baking mix. Overall, I'd say it's a really well-rounded baking mix. So if you're in a pinch and you want to make something kind of more festive with the chocolate and peppermint flavor, this is a really good go-to. The next item we're trying is Trader Joe's Something Spritzy, a sparkling festive beverage with grapefruit, cranberry, and orange juices from concentrate and aromatic bitter flavors.
It's a lovely like purple hue. Mm-hmm. So cheers.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Yeah, it's very refreshing.
Yeah, it's kind of like you get the fruit flavor, but then you also get that little bit of that bitters that it's talking about in there. It's a really well-balanced drink, surprisingly.
I totally agree. The bitters is kind of like that defining, lingering backbone of the drink. The citrus kind of complements that, and it's just really light and refreshing. It does have a decent amount of sugar, at least on the can, but it doesn't taste like overly sweet like a strong like soda level. It's just kind of nice, more like fruit juicy level of sweetness.
It recommends you can have this as a mocktail, but I think it would also be really good if you wanted to add one of your favorite liquors to it and make this into a cocktail. I think this would be a great holiday beverage.
I think the liquor that I would probably choose for something like this is either just like a neutral spirit like vodka, or maybe something like a spiced rum might go well with this kind of fruity drink.
Yeah, the flavor combination in here is pretty well balanced, so you don't need anything strong really in it, liquor-wise. Okay, the next item we're trying is Trader Joe's Scalloped Cracker Trio. Rosemary, red chili, and garlic crackers. Okay, so let's start with our rosemary. So just our plain rosemary cracker.
It's got a nice light and buttery kind of cracker. It's pretty mild, and the rosemary itself is very subdued in comparison, but it's not a bad cracker. It's just more on the buttery cracker side.
Yeah, it's definitely a subtle flavor of rosemary, but good cracker. Okay, the next one we're trying is the red chili. Again, it's another buttery cracker. It does have a little bit of a heat, but it's not too overwhelming.
Yeah, it's much more of a mild flavor, ironically, from this one. You get like a very, very touch of heat on the back end, but other than that, it's not overpowering.
Yeah, it's definitely more on the back end, and then it starts to linger afterwards. The next one we're trying is the garlic.
That one I definitely think has like the most flavor, and it definitely has more garlic forward compared to like the other seasonings in these ones. But all three of them are pretty mild, I would say, in terms of like their flavor profile. I would like them to be turned up a little bit more so that they have a big punch of either the rosemary, the chili, or the garlic.
Yeah, I think these ones, because they are more subtle, would go better with a stronger cheese. And so with that, we're gonna try it with kind of more of a neutral cheese. So we have the Trader Joe's Unexpected Cheddar. So that's kind of just gonna be our standard cheese. And then we're also gonna try it with one of the seasonal ones, which is Figgy Cheddar. So hopefully that one has a little bit more flavor that can carry these crackers. Yeah, so we're doing the rosemary with the Unexpected Cheddar.
Right, so I think after trying the Unexpected Cheddar with the rosemary cracker, to me, I think it just overwhelms any of the flavor that was in the cracker itself. Like, it doesn't enhance any of the herb character. You really just get the cheese characteristic overwhelming everything.
I don't think those are the best suited together. Okay, let's try the red chili. I would say that that one, the red chili, goes better with this Unexpected Cheddar because you kind of get a little bit of that heat going together with the sharpness of the cheddar. So it makes a better pairing.
Yeah, to me, it kind of almost brings out like a peppery note of the cracker. So those two actually, I think, kind of complement one another pretty well.
And then now we got the garlic.
Yeah, I think this one, the Unexpected Cheddar with the garlic one, actually kind of helps the garlic also kind of shine and it kind of enhances that flavor. It kind of elevates it.
I think for using the Unexpected Cheddar with these crackers, I think the one with the red chili kind of enhanced it better because you're getting a little bit more of that tanginess from the cheddar, really complementing the red chili and the kind of the spice. So I think those were the best pairing.
I think I also agree, and I would say the next one would probably be the garlic, and last was the rosemary
Yeah.
one.
So we're first trying the rosemary with Figgy Cheddar.
I don't know if the Figgy Cheddar goes very well with the rosemary cracker because it's kind of like frying the cheese by itself. It's a little bit kind of sweet and soft.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that the rosemary with the Figgy Cheddar goes well. They're just kind of different types of flavor profiles, so maybe avoid those two together. Now the red chili with the Figgy.
Again, it's kind of conflicting flavors because it is that like sweet and spicy, but they don't blend together. They're kind of fighting each other as you're chewing it in the cracker. And you're kind of left with this like heat on the back end.
I don't think it's a good combo. So let's try the garlic.
So with the garlic cracker, you kind of just, the garlic kind of overwhelms any flavors in it. So again, you're not getting a good pairing. So I think out of all of this that we tried, I think the best combo was the Unexpected Cheddar with the chili cracker.
So for this cracker trio, you really want to pick a cheese that's much more on the savory side and has a really robust flavor. So I know they have like a Scotch bonnet cheddar that they have. That would go really well with it. Or any of their other ones, maybe like a really tangy brie or a goat cheese or something like that. Something that's more on that savory side. Because we tried it with the Figgy Cheddar and it's just different kind of flavor profiles and they just didn't mingle very well.
In the last video, we tried the Stolen crackers, which are more of a sweet citrusy. So we're gonna try that with a Figgy Cheddar cracker right now. I think that actually does work better than the other crackers we tried because that sweetness kind of carries through and enhances some of the sweetness of the cheddar, and then you kind of get a nice like hit of the orange cutting through all the rest of the sweetness. So the two of them I think pair a lot better.
Yeah, so if you are interested in trying the Figgy Cheddar, it might be better to lean towards a cracker like the Stolen Crisp where it has more of that sweet profile versus the cracker trio that we just tried that has more of that savory profile. So this wouldn't be too bad of a flavor combo. I still think the one that we tried previously of the cranberry goat cheese, I think that goes much better with the Stolen cracker because you got that tartness from the cranberries, where this one doesn't have it, but it's still a pretty good cheese.
Like what you're saying with the cranberry goat cheese that we had, that was also nice because it had the tang from the goat cheese itself, which kind of helped all three of the citrus, the tanginess and the tartness of the cranberry like blend together really nicely. Whereas this one has kind of fought most of the crackers we're trying them with.
The next item we're trying is Trader Joe's Olive Fougasse. And so similar to the crackers, we're gonna try the bread by itself and then with our two different cheeses, so the Unexpected Cheddar and then the Figgy Cheddar. You can see there's lots of olives in it.
I like the olives from the stuff we had previously, which added a little bit of salty character, whereas this is just kind of a mild olive inside of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice, soft, fluffy bread with some olives in it, so it's a little different than just kind of a regular baguette. And then we'll try with the Unexpected Cheddar.
I mean, to me, it just kind of helps the cheese be the star. It kind of gives you that nice richness from the cheese, and the olive bread is just kind of there to back it up and hold as a serving point. Doesn't really clash with it, but doesn't really enhance any of the flavors of the bread either.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty decent pairing because neither one of them has too strong, overpowering flavors, so they're not too bad together.
I think this cheese and this bread, if you were to make a sandwich with it, would be a good combo to let something else kind of shine as the star ingredient of it.
So now let's try it with the Figgy Cheddar. That was a no, thank you.
Yeah, I don't think sweet cheese like this goes with like kind of more on the savory end of bread. I just don't think these two go very well together. And again, this is kind of fighting whatever you're pairing with it, unless it was that kind of sweet cracker we had, or the stolen crisp.
Yeah, surprisingly, the Figgy Cheddar, it's pretty difficult to pair it with something and have it complement the flavors really well. So yeah, I would not recommend it with this olive bread. Olive bread itself is pretty good. Definitely would pair well with having it in a soup or having it, as you said, as a sandwich. I feel like that would be a really good kind of olive flavor in there, but it's not too overpowering.
So I think for me, my favorite thing that we tried was the first thing we had, which was that fried olive bites. I really like the nice saltiness from the olive itself, and it really complemented well with the kind of mozzarella cheese stick kind of consistency. All three things, like the texture and the flavor inside, all complemented pretty well. And it wasn't one of those ones where we've had where it was like under seasoned. It was seasoned pretty properly to me.
Yeah, I thought that one was pretty good, but my favorite was going to be the chocolate and peppermint baking mix, making the cookies, because those cookies were really good of having that nice gooey center, but then also having really strong peppermint flavor that complemented the chocolate really well. So I thought overall that the baking mix, especially using it as cookies, was really good.
I just think the peppermint chocolate cookies that we made for this video, I think those were probably one of my favorite like baking mixes we've had in a while.
I would say the most surprising was that something Spritzy. That one just had a really good flavor combination between the actual different fruits it had in there with the bitters. So overall, it was a really well balanced drink. That would be something fun to have for the holiday parties if you don't want anything with alcohol in it. Or if you want to make it a little bit more fun, you can add some alcohol in it. It would be a great cocktail. Just overall, it's just a really well-rounded drink.
Yeah, I second that motion. I think that was probably the most surprising thing we had. I mean, it just had all the flavors really blended well together, and it leans towards being used in other things besides just drinking it by itself.
Yeah, and it was really surprising that it wasn't too sugary. So that was something when it's like you look at it, you're thinking, oh, this is going to be really like sweet, but actually it really wasn't.
And I think from trying it all the different ways, the item that we definitely leave on the shelf would be that Figgy Cheddar. Nothing we tried it with really helped like enhance the cheese or the item like that we paired with any of the crackers or the bread. I just honestly think like it's just a sweet, weird cheese that I don't think I would buy again.
Yeah, I think it just, the flavor profile of the cheese, it just makes it really hard to pair with anything else and make any of the other products shine through. So we even tried it with the Stolen Crisp, which is a really good kind of mildly sweet cracker. And even that didn't really like have the best flavor profile for it. So it's a really tough cheese to pair by itself. Yeah, I think I would also leave that on the shelf.
Hope you got something out of us trying some of the items from the December Fearless Flyer. Let us know what your favorite item is from this month's Fearless Flyer. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see similar videos to this one, check the video on the screen right now. We'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.